Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Rick, and Rick Loves Maria, a Philippine-American love story. Today I'm in Chicago. Hauled a load of some kind of seasoning down here to the Plains. D-E-S-P-L-A-I-N-E-S, the Plains. It's basically just northwest of Chicago near O'Hare Airport. So, it's not impressive. You're not missing nothing. Had some heavy rain on the way down here. They replaced my windshield last night. I caught a rock yesterday up in the Wisconsin Dells, and it immediately cracked, and the crack grew over toward the passenger side. So I had to pull in last night to one of our terminals up in what they call Appleton and get a windshield replaced. It did take them a couple of hours to do it. I was hoping they would be done faster, but anyway, I was at Walmart shopping when they did it, and they didn't text me and let me know when it was done. So anyway, I got a late start today, but anyway, it was like I think it was like 2 o'clock when I woke up, and I think I didn't get rolling until 3 because of the hours that I drove yesterday. I was trying to get back to Marshfield after they replaced my windshield, but I didn't have enough time to get back up there to pick up this trailer. So anyway, that's it. And then they gave me the next thing is to pick up another load here in Chicago, containers, which is usually like cardboard, and take that to Indianapolis. So at least I'm headed in the right direction, because the 27th I'm supposed to be home for a few days. And I might do a little trip south and look at some stuff down south. So anyway, Maria's dad's not in good health in the Philippines, and I'm worried about him. I'm hoping that he doesn't have the COVID. The symptoms seem to be like cold symptoms. But you know how it is these days, even if you have the cold, if you show up at a hospital, they are immediately going to diagnose you with COVID and probably kill you. Put you in with a bunch of other COVID patients that have it for sure, and then you really will get it. So it's medical. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Philippines is pretty good, but if you're at a hospital that's for the public, you know, in the Philippines it's for the indigent, their, you know, services is maybe a little questionable out there. They have some good hospitals. The better one is up in Baguio, up in the mountain. Maria doesn't think that our car will make it up the mountain, and she may be right. Whoop, I'm dripping. Our little car, our little Honda over there, is a CVT transmission, and it's not really, it's kind of iffy. The transmission seems kind of weak to me in that car. Seems to me like maybe we might need a new transmission soon. I don't know, but I think it had a lot of miles on it, a lot more than we knew when we bought it. So anyway, hoping he'll be okay. It's coming up on July 4th. I might take a few days, and I need to go to a beach. I haven't seen a beach in a couple of years, at least 2 years. So anyway, I want to at least spend a couple hours at a beach somewhere. The place that I'm at here, we had some heavy rain last night, and the place where I'm at, where you back into the dock, it looks like a pond out there, and trucks are up to their wheels, the trailer wheels, backing into the dock. It's pretty funny. I am at the receiving dock, and that was pretty tight to get into, to back into as well. I've had a couple of subscribers want to talk to me about rail, and I'll be glad to answer any questions I can. I don't know that I'm necessarily the best person to talk to. I've been doing this for 6 months. I'm doing okay. I mean, when I went to the training, I was basically living off of some savings, which isn't going to last you, too many months. They'll put you in a hotel and pay you $500 a week for the training, which isn't really enough to survive if you have any kind of bills. But it's better than nothing. At least you can maybe eat. So anyway, I did that down in Conley, Georgia. I did my 3 weeks of training, and I did well at it. I made a good score on the test, and I kind of knew going into this that it would be a difficult year ahead for me, both physically and financially. I knew if I made this decision to go drive the truck, that I would be on the road for at least a year, and that financially it may not pay off for the first year. Okay. I kind of decided that if you want to change careers, that's pretty much going to be what you got to do. The first year is going to be tough, and you're probably not going to get ahead. Well, I've done okay. I've paid off some debts. I don't owe the IRS anything else. I don't have a thing on any credit card. Zero. I do have a couple of car payments that I'm still working on. I own 2 Volkswagens, and I'm still paying for those. Together they're maybe $500 a month, but they're almost paid for. So I'm happy with those cars. I don't want to buy and sell and trade any more cars. I want to be done making car payments here in the U.S. at least. No more cars. Over the years, if I had all the money that I've made in car payments over the years, I'd be rich. I really would. Because I paid for a dually. I paid for 2 Cadillacs. A G6 Pontiac convertible. God, what else? It seems like ever since college, I've had a car payment for 30 years. Truck, I had a GMC truck there for a while. I bought that new, traded it in on a dually, a used dually that had a defect in it. That was the first year of the Duramax diesel. But anyway, that's a whole other story for another day. But yeah, I mean, all the insurance and car payments that I've paid over the years, my God, if I'd have just kept one car, I could be rich. I could have a couple $100,000 probably. So anyway, I messed around with antique cars for years. I restored antique cars and played with antiques. Had a lot of fun. Learned a lot doing it, how to restore stuff. So that was fun. Would I do it all over again? I don't know. I might do it differently. I would do it maybe differently next if I had it to do over again. I wouldn't marry the person that I married. I'd look for someone like Maria, you know, instead of someone who's living at home with mom and dad. That was a big clue. Anyway, that's the only mistake I really made, was marrying the wrong person, I think. But I wouldn't buy and sell so many cars, probably, if I had it to do over again. So, I'm gonna run down to, for a few days. I might run down to Florida, stop and visit my friend in North Carolina. Maybe stop in Jacksonville, Florida. Take a look around a little. I'm looking to try to move to Florida and try to somehow establish a residence down in North Florida near Jacksonville, so that I can stay with Rail and work out of the Jacksonville area. I don't want to have to deal with any more snow this coming winter. So I know it's hot now, but I'm planning ahead. I know that the cold is coming. It's just a matter of months, and I want to try to avoid the cold. After last winter, I don't want to have to deal with any more cold if I can help it. So that's kind of my goal, was by December to be in Florida for New Year's. Yeah. So I'm praying for Maria's dad, that he will recover and that he'll be okay over there, because you know, he's got diabetes. And it's not a good time right now to be sick. Anything that you have gets identified as COVID, whether it is or not. And nobody wants to nurse you right now. So I'm hoping he'll be okay. We got him some medicine, and I hope it works. I just hope it works. You know, I've lost both of my parents, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You kind of want to have him there. I want him to be around a lot longer, because if we ever are able to get married, I'd love for him to be there. You know, at some point we'd like to have a wedding in the Philippines. And I'd love for him to be there and see that. That would be like a dream come true, I think, for him to be able to be there for our wedding. So I just hope we can make that happen in the years to come. Our truck's doing really good. Just the windshield was all they had to replace on it. They had to take everything off and reattach it. You know how it is when they put a new windshield on. I got a sticker over here that's in the way, right in the way of this mirror. So I'm gonna try to take that off so I can see my mirror. Yeah, that's it. Not much else going on. Give me a call if you have any other rail questions. I think rail is good. I'm doing okay with them. Last week I brought home 1,300. I don't do that every week. Some weeks that I take off, I only bring home maybe 500. You know, so it kind of depends on. I feel like if you get out of it, kind of what you put into it. If you're willing to give the effort and work hard at it, you can make some money. I don't know what this sticker is anyway. I hope it's not something that's needed. It does have a barcode on it, but they put it in the wrong place on the windshield. I'll just stick it up under here. If they wanted it on there, they put it in the wrong place. They put it right where I need to see my mirror. So yeah, it's kind of like you kind of get out of it what you're willing to put into it as far as effort and stuff. So, you know, that's kind of how I feel about it. Give them a call and talk to them is what I can say. I mean, a lot of drivers will complain about employers behind the scenes. You know, there's some things that happen. They'll schedule something, and sometimes they'll schedule something kind of weird. I've seen it where they've scheduled something and the timing should have been different. What I mean by that, it's all a matter of time management. If you can manage your time well out here, then you'll make decent money. You got to keep the wheels rolling. If the wheels aren't rolling, as I say, if the wheels aren't turning, you're not earning. And so, if you're sitting at a customer like I did 2 weeks ago, I arrived and they didn't have the product to load on my trailer. And so they asked me to spend the night there and stay overnight. Well, I charged them for detention pay for that, which isn't much. It isn't enough to pay for me to be there, but it's better than nothing. It's better than losing the load and going to try to find something else, you know, and then possibly losing that customer. So you know, you have to have ability to communicate well and be friendly with just about anyone that you meet as soon as you meet them. And you have to be able to make good use of your time and get up and go. Sometimes what seems like too early in the morning. But, you know, there's federal rules around how many hours a day, a week, or whatever that you can drive. And that's meant to keep the roads safe. It's sometimes they're kind of a pain. It does limit also how much you can earn, but it does help you to stay safe out there. So anyway, if you go into it with an attitude of this is going to be a good adventure for me, I may not get rich the first year, but I'm going to get an exciting experience. I'm going to see a lot of the country. I think if you go into it with the right attitude like that, and not too high expectations on the salary, I think you'll be okay. I think that's kind of the way to approach this career change into truck driving. So that would be my advice. Okay? Call me if you have any questions. I'm at 828-226-4722. I can answer the phone while I'm driving down the road and talk to you. Don't know that I'll have a good answer or what you want to hear. But at least I'll try to give my perspective, okay? All right. I've talked too long. Stay safe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.